Hello, everyone. My name is Shay, Caldwell. I'm the kids pastor at First Baptist Church Rogers in Rogers, Arkansas. And my good friend Kurt Talley has asked me to do a little short video for him and talk about why we do Awana. We started Awana many years ago here at First Baptist Rogers, and for a while it did become what a lot of people say is cumbersome. It seemed like it took a lot of volunteers, and quite honestly, it seemed like it didn't work. I also had Awana at Geyer Springs in Little Rock, and we actually changed from Awana to something else there. We wrote our own stuff, but when I got here to Rogers, Kurt and I went out and had lunch together. One of the first people who took me to lunch, and he said more or less, "Please don't stop Awana at First Baptist Rogers. This is his home church." And I told him my concerns. Here's my concern: the kids were not retaining Scripture. They were reciting Scripture, so when they show up, they would learn it in the car, say it, and then forget it. And I had a concern with that. They also took a lot of volunteers because you had to have people checking in, you had to have people guiding, you had to have people as listeners, you had to have the store people. You just had to have a lot of people. And all the kids were on different scriptures, so they couldn't just be listening to one. You had to have several, and it was just a lot of work with the vest and the jewels and keeping up with attendance. And we tried, but we were not very successful. So we came up with a plan to simplify it. And what Kurt told me was, said, we are support for you. We are not going to tell you how to run your Awana program, but we will help you in any way we possibly can. So we streamlined it. We came up with a mission statement. Our mission statement is that we want kids to retain Scripture, be able to understand it, and apply it to their life. So we slowed it down. All of our Sparks are on the same verse. All of our TNT are on the same verse. I know, that's crazy. But that means when Sparks come in, just give you a little bit of what we do. They come in, we have a guide for each age group, and we have multiple age groups. So we might have 5 or 6 first grade classes, and we have a guide and a helper in each one of those. Then they start off in a large group room, doing a little fun minute-to-win-it games, because sometimes our teachers can't get here right when we start because of work or so forth. So we use around 10 or 15 minutes to get the wiggles out. After that, those kids will go into large group time. Now, since we all are on the same Scripture, that large group lesson is where we tell them what the Scripture means. This is what it means. We want them to understand it. Any big words, we tear apart and say, okay, this is what that word means. And then we tell them how they can apply the Scripture to their life. We believe that learning Scripture, memorizing Scripture is the greatest thing you can do. Because these kids are going to be put in some bad ways sometimes. They're going to be at school, and they're going to need a little bit of help, a little bit of support. And because they've retained the Scripture, not just recited, but retained it, they understand that Scripture, and they can apply it. They know what the application is, that this means this. And so when I'm going through this in school, if I'm getting bullied or whatever it is, I can use this Scripture. And so that's why we slowed it down to one Scripture. Then we rotate, and they go to rec, get the wiggles out again. They go to handbook time after that. And during handbook time is when we do our documentations. We do Awana bucks. That's where they get their Awana bucks. They might get to have a shopping night. They shop once a month. But we really thought it was important because it seems like in today's society, in kids ministry and just all through, it's hard for these kids to be able to find time for retaining Scripture, for learning it. And it's the most important thing we can do. We have a mission statement for our whole kids ministry. It's this: we want to lead kids to fall madly and passionately in love with God, His Word, and to love others the way He does. It's right there on my Captain America that the kids signed and they made for me. We want to fall so madly in love with God that they can't stop talking about Him. And that's part of our rec, our large group time. We also want them to fall in love with the Bible. We want them to want to read the Bible. So we give them different things. They can earn bucks. They can win things. And then we want them to love others the way He does. And that means that we want them to be mission-focused, mission-minded, and to go out and share these Scriptures with others that they know because they're so excited about it. And I'll be glad to talk to anybody. I'm pretty passionate. Not just that it's the Awana program, but we've made this Awana program work for us. But I'm very passionate about that. We have a pacing guide that we hand out to parents and the kids. tells them exactly what they need to be learning. Any dates that we're off, we produce that at the beginning of the year, and all the parents have it, so they don't have to dig through what scripture are they on. We have a plan. We also will give you that pacing guide if you want it. So we produce it, we do everything, but we give it to several churches every year because we just want to help people. Listen, we're all kingdom-minded, kingdom-focused, and if we can help you teach these kids to retain the scripture, to be able to understand and apply, we'd love to do that. If you'd love to come visit us, we have several churches a year that will come by, just visit our Awana program. Right now, after COVID, we're a little down. We're running, still, God has blessed us. We're running over 300 in our Awana program. We really enjoy it. We do it different, but I think it's effective. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Kurt can give you my number. And thank you so much for listening to this short video, and hopefully this will help you out.